Well, hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing great. Today is April the 6th on Wednesday, and I'm here with the royal updates and other news. Disclaimer can also be found in the description. And I'll say this now since I sometimes forget at the end. Kind reminder to give me a thumbs up, throw even an emoji in the comment to save or share. And thank everybody for listening. I hope everyone has a fabulous day. So let's get into it. I'm going to try to make this one a little bit shorter. For the last 2 days, for some reason, I have went extremely long. So I thought I'd try to shorten it up for you guys just a little bit. Here we have the Daily Mail. Guys, you remember I was telling you yesterday in the episode about the Spotify podcast Meghan's doing called Archetypes? Well, believe it or not, now Meghan tries to trademark the word archetypes. Duchess bids to stop anyone using the word, which first appeared in the English language 470 years ago after deciding to use it for the title of her Spotify podcast. I swear if this woman doesn't try to put a patent on everything, but you can't just start taking words out of the dictionary, title of people's books, or nouns that have been around forever and copyright everything. What's wrong with you, Meghan? Are you trying to, you might as well try to do the whole English dictionary. But guys, she's trying to do it. And for all the people that use this word in their businesses or for writers who have it on their books, they should be objecting to this. And I don't think she can do it. Remember, they're still having problems with their registered trademarks in the U.S. and other places because somebody had already created something called Archewell, and I believe the man was in Pakistan. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments. But it was the name of his business. But she thought, well, he's such a little business, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm royalty, and I'll go ahead and get it trademarked. But they're still having some issues, and some of their products have been rejected to be able to trademark. So here she goes again. The woman just thinks there's no stopping her. So Meghan Markle's now trying to trademark the historic word archetypes. The Duchess made the application at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office last month, like she's done with the websites, Meghan for President 2024, 2028. She's done it with all of her kids' names, so she can later use them to merchandise off from them and create their own websites. Meghan could face a legal challenge from companies that use word in their names. The Duchess vows to investigate labels that try to hold women back. That's on her Spotify podcast. Meghan and Harry signed the lucrative deal with Spotify with £18 million back in 2020. Meghan Markle. What else? The Duchess of Sussex made that application at the U.S. Patent Office last month, and it covers the word archetypes, a word which derives from ancient Greek and first entered our language 1540. So somebody else, so it just said she could face a legal challenge from companies that use this word in their names, their skincare products, cleaning product businesses, archetypes, which may have already been established, a trademark. Victoria Beckham fought a similar linguistic battle in 2002. The former pop star, known as Posh Spice, tried to prevent the championship football team in Peterborough United from trading their club's nickname as Posh, arguing that the word was inexorably associated with her. Well, just because she called herself that in a pop group, I don't know how that ended up. I should have went back and looked. So this is from Crazy Days and Nights, and here's your blind item number 11. It says, I very highly doubt that she will accept the offer, but one of the shopping channels is trying to make a deal with the illiterate one. Let's see what this could be about. Could it be a clothing line? Could it be clothing line or books? Could it be, what could it be? There's just so many things it could be. So we'll wait and see. I'll keep you updated. So we jump back to Will Smith for a minute. He faces more humiliation as Jada Pinkett Smith's ex-lover August Alsina references the entanglement affair in a new song and is set to write a tell-all book about their sex life. Now, you see Jada over to the far right, and that was the young man she was involved with, who was their son's friend. So a very young artist, and she even moved him in, and they were living with him for a while. And I guess because of this open marriage, but now, they seem to be staying together, and he's went his own way. So now he's wrote a song about it, and he's going to write a tell-all book all about it. How humiliating for Will Smith. Maybe this were some of the things that he was going through and knowing behind the scene. But if you've got somebody who's gaslighting you by doing these types of things, get away with them. Hint, hint, Harry, get away from Meghan. Will Smith faces further humiliation amid his Oscar slap controversy, as the man who had an affair with his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, is speaking out more on a new song and rumored tell-all book. There's a lot more coming out, too, saying that she didn't have the alopecia, that what I showed you yesterday in the Royal News and Updates was actually true. So Jada, 50, famously referred to as the year-long affair with the R&B singer August Alsina, 29, as an entanglement, which now features as a timely reference in his brand new track, Shake the World. So I sent out a community post and posted on my social media platforms about Elon Musk. Twitter says that it will not reinstate Trump, despite Elon Musk vowing significant change to the woke platform after taking a board seat with 9% stake as the largest shareholder. Guys, I saw on Twitter a lot of the employees from there were wanting to leave because Elon Musk is on board and they don't want to change things. They want to keep their woke agenda going. They want to do it just like Jack Dorsey had them doing things. So they're jumping ship. And I'm sorry, you've got to move on and just accept the fact that Elon will earn a seat on the board, and that he's going to have a lot more power and say than Mr. Jack Dorsey. Conservatives are calling for Donald Trump's reinstatement. The move comes after Tesla CEO Elon Musk became the social media platform's largest shareholder and a member of its board of directors. So I told you about the percentages. He holds 9.2% stake in the company and has secured a seat on the board. He's been highly critical of Twitter and its policies, said that he is excited to make significant improvements to Twitter in coming months. With the man that has everything in the world going on, how he gets what he gets done, I don't know, but he must not ever sleep. But this is easier and better for him than starting a social media platform from the ground up, which would take too much of his time away. So instead, he just says, I'll go buy up the stock and I'll go in and help make the changes from within, which I think is wonderful. And now the stock was rising today on the stock market, up 29%. So people who have left Twitter are looking to come back and invest in it because they know that whatever Elon touches turns to gold. Let the fairy dust go sprinkling. So here's something that, and I'm going to hide the social media platform so nobody goes after her. Harry now regrets not being there for the Queen or for Prince Philip's service. He discussed it with Meghan Markle, and they agreed he shouldn't go because it would have weakened his legal case. What did I tell you? That's what I said yesterday or the day before, that he's not going to act like all of a sudden he can go, even if it's by himself. Plus the fact Meghan doesn't want him out of her hands, in my opinion, that she's afraid that they'll convince him to leave her. He got up in the wee hours to watch it and was so upset at how frail the Queen looked and how his cousins were all crying. So I think, was this in People magazine? I believe it might have been. Sorry, I don't know. Daily News or Daily Mail. It's unforgivable as a slap in the face for the Queen. Thomas Markle launches blistering attack on Meghan and Harry on his YouTube channel. I told y'all this. He didn't make another one. It's from the last recap that he just said he thought it was, in poor taste for them to not go, that it was an insult. This was the guy that I was telling you about yesterday, that Meghan Markle's promo for Spotify used the opening promo of a voice who is a radio show guy, and this is him on Twitter. I went back and found it in my screenshots. Tom Lakis, he. And it says, at Spotify, who gave you permission to use my voice in a Meghan Markle promo? And there's been hints out there that he might go back and sue. So here again, she's taking something, borrows it from everybody. She has to plagiarize from everyone. And I would think members of her team, her newly formed team, would have better sense to know than to do something like this. And I think this guy actually is on Spotify. I need to go back and check, but I'm telling you, she just thinks she can take. Now, here's a big story. Prince Andrew told bankers to call his Buckingham Palace office if they were concerned over the £750,000 payment from alleged fraudster. Boy, this is a big breaking story. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. A convicted smuggler, Tariq, has previously boasted of influence over the Duke. He introduced Andrew to alleged fraudster Salman Turk in the early summer of 2019. Well, months later, he partially funded a surprise 60th birthday party for his ex-wife, Sarah, Duchess of York. He has allegedly paid more than £1 million to the Duke, £250,000 to Duchess Sarah, and £25,000 to Princess Eugenie. Princess Eugenie is the dark-haired daughter, the one who just went over to visit Meghan and Harry. And I put out the story that was on the internet saying that what if she got pregnant and had one of her and Jack's babies and one of Meghan and Harry's. So, April Fool's joke? Don't know, but we will wait and see what the developments are. Stranger things have come true. This goes to talk about his payments, and then it says, according to the Telegraph, Mr. Turk told officials looking into this payment that Prince Andrew had authorized him to pass on the details of the palace aids. Oh, part of this was to go toward funding Eugenie's wedding. Now, she's the one who had the big wedding in the chapel that she wore the tiara that Meghan wanted to wear, and that when Meghan came to her wedding, that was when she announced that she was expecting a child and upstaged Eugenie's wedding. So it was Beatrice, the beautiful long reddish blonde-haired daughter, that got married in a small chapel wedding. So this is how he's said to have funded it. The payments included £750,000 wedding gift to Princess Beatrice. Wow, for her wedding. According to the Telegraph, Mr. Turk told officials looking into this payment that Prince Andrew had authorized him to pass on the details. Mr. Kontani had previously boasted of his influence over the Duke and attended the wedding of Princess Andrew's daughter, Princess Eugenie, in 2018. This was the wedding after Harry and Meghan's. Again, this is a daughter who is supposedly still close with Meghan and Harry, and I think she's the one who was befriended by Meghan at Soho House and is the one who set Harry up on a blind date with her. The convicted smugglers also understood to have previously helped broker secret meetings for the Duke with his late dictator, Colonel Gaddafi, and once told undercover reporters that he played a key role in the release of the Lockerbie bomber, Abdel Sabat al-Mahari. So forgive me if I didn't say that correctly. So this was the selfie taken of them, and guess where this picture was taken? It appears that it's Frogmore House, the royal residence in Great Windsor Park. Now, it's Frogmore House, which is different from Frogmore Cottage, which is where Eugenie lives and is supposed to be leasing back from Harry and Meghan, but their lease ran out last month. There were rumors that they had signed another lease, but so far we haven't heard whether the palace has allowed that. So I don't think they're going to let them sign another lease. And Harry needs a UK residence because that's how he's getting out of paying dual taxes in both the UK and the US. So this was Andrew first became involved with Katani, now who has U.S. citizenship. And in 2005, he was pictured here with his former wife, Lisa Van Gorja, at the wedding, brokered meetings between the Duke and Gaddafi. Mystery of payments in excess of £1.3 million to the House of York. This goes on to talk a little bit more, but it says that the center of this mystery over the payments, now it's £350,000 to Andrew, £225,000 to the Duchess of York, and £25,000 to Princess Eugenie, again the dark-headed one, and the $750,000 gift for Princess Beatrice's wedding in 2018. And unbelievable. So I don't know. I think they may have mixed up Princess Eugenie and Beatrice in there, but we will see. Last week, Eugenie became the first member of the York family to offer an explanation for the cash they received from the Turk, who was being sued in the High Court over it amid claims of apparent money laundering. This is what Eugenie said. She said the £25,000 given to her had been to help her pay for her mother's birthday celebration. Eugenie said she did not know Turk, who is accused of misappropriating millions of pounds from a fortune belonging to a Turkish woman. That's the thing. It wasn't his money. There's a Turkish woman who was worth millions, and it goes on to say Turk is being sued by Nahabat Isbilin, 27, who fled Turkey with a £70 million fortune. She alleges that she entrusted the former Goldman Sachs banker, Turk, with her money, but that it was alleged that he has turned out to be a fraudster, and she is demanding it back. Now, even if Eugenie had taken the money and said that she didn't know about the other stuff, if somebody walked up to you and your child's about to get married and they say, I know somebody who wants to give you 25,000 pounds or dollars to pay for a surprise wedding you're giving your mom, and I'm going to give you 750,000 to pay for your upcoming wedding. Wouldn't you know who these people are? Even if you don't know the backstory, you're not going to take money from somebody like that, because things don't get given to you for free. There's always something that you have to do for that person, and you don't know what that's going to be. So why would you get mixed up with these people? Lord, these people are not very bright. Prince Andrew and his family have been named in the High Court battle, the Telegraph reported. The complex case is ongoing, no trial has taken place, and the allegations have not been resolved. Mr. Turk denies all allegations of wrongdoings. In preliminary hearings, it was alleged substantial sums were paid to the Duke and Duchess of York, but there has been no suggestion that there's any involvement in the allegations. The party was attended by the likes of Ellie Goulding, Robbie Williams, and Julian Fellows. Isn't he the one that produces The Crown, or the writer of it? This is where he lives, and he leases it from the Queen's Most Excellent Majesty and right of her Crown Care, the Crown Estate Commissioners. He lives in a multi-million-pound flat. The 76-year-old Turkish millionaire is suing again this Turkish con man in the case that he has named Andrew and his family as receiving some of this money. Unbelievable. And this Turkish lady, I think it says she worked for the company in the cosmetics production and was later on the board. I believe her husband is in prison. Yes, this is the wealthy wife of a Turkish MP jailed in their homeland in what was said to be a politically motivated imprisonment. So I guess she took her money out and was going to invest it with Goldman Sachs, gave it to this Turk guy, and then he turns around and he's spending her money and giving it to the Duke of York and his family. Incredible. So he was also among the 800 guests at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, for the wedding of Andrew's daughter, Princess Eugenie, to Jack Brooks Banks. Remember, I said they might be having some financial trouble. Later, he was a guest at the exclusive black tie reception for the couple's closest friends and family at the Royal Lodge in Windsor Great Park. Now, the Royal Lodge is where Andrew and Fergie, even though they're divorced, it's where they live. That's their mainstay. They live together in a big, huge white complex. The Libyan once gave Eugenie's sister Beatrice £18,000 diamond necklace months before the Duke allegedly lobbied a British company on his behalf. Remember, Andrew was involved for the Queen on working on, I forgot what his exact title was, but it was about trade, international trade. See the people that you, the elitists that you get involved with when you're doing this kind of stuff? Oh, not me. You just, it's dirty, 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 underhanded things. Sarah Ferguson said she's got no plans to give back the £225,000 as it was a fee for her work as a brand ambassador for green energy firm, sources say. All right, so she said she received from the company of Salman Turk, who she regarded as a perfectly bona fide banker. It's understood, and she doesn't plan to give it back. But Sarah received the payment. It was laundered through, allegedly, Alphabet Capital Limited, which the High Court heard was a fraudulent front for apparent money laundering. You see how, like I was telling you, that or if you're new, you may not have seen this video yet, where Harry and Meghan have like 11 or 13 different companies, and they're all set up out of this in the United States in Delaware, which is a tax haven, which has the greatest amount of privacy surrounding their clients. And they've got money. They're moving in and out of different things. And even Doria, I did a video on it, that Doria's company that's supposed to be for seniors and geriatrics, that there's no location for it. It only exists on paper. And there's a website, but the website tells you that it's full and they're not accepting any new patients. So I think that's a place, allegedly, just my opinion, I don't know anything, for money laundering too. All this stuff will come back to bite these people on the behind. Now, get this. The Daily Mail is saying, now this is your woke people again, no pride, lots of prejudice. Sterling University ditches Jane Austen from its English literature course in a bid to decolonize the curriculum. So Sterling University's English literature program has been replaced now author Jane Austen with an award-winning writer, Toni Morrison, known for her works about the experiences of African Americans. Why can't they still offer this course too, in addition to Toni Morrison's course? Why are you going to take away the whole reason I love English is I grew up loving and reading English literature and love the works of Jane Austen and love Pride and Prejudice. Don't take it away. This is the true writings of the English literature greats. And don't replace people, just include other courses. I don't like the woke side because this is what they're trying to do. They're changing our history and they're trying to rewrite it. You can't rewrite history. There's only one truth to history and people need to leave it alone. So then we move on to Kate and William. I've been seeing these articles come up, and it says that they'll move to Windsor this summer to be closer to the Queen, and they're even looking at schools in the area. Well, I don't know if they're going to move into Windsor Palace or a surrounding home, but it would be that they would be closer to her. I don't know why they don't move into the castle itself, but maybe they feel like they lose their privacy. But they're also looking at other places, it's been reported. It says they're reportedly looking at private homes after ruling out royal mansions, including Prince Andrew's Royal Lodge and Fort Belvedere, the former home of King David VIII. Now, Fort Belvedere would be very close to the Queen, and it is a beautiful mansion. It's in a little bit of state of disrepair, but I think they've been working on it. But that would be a great place for them to be. Now, before David abdicated as king, this is where he lived. This is where he hosted all of his home parties and things. But he wasn't allowed to be there or live there once he abdicated and was forced out of England and had to live in Paris, France. That's what I don't get about Harry and Meghan. If somebody abdicates or says, I'm deserting, I'm leaving this, why would you continue letting them use those titles and for business trading and other things? It's just wrong because we know that the Queen and the royal family is not allowed to do that. So sources claim the couple have also considered Frogmore Cottage. I don't think they'd want to live there. That's Harry and Meghan's old house and where Eugenia Jackson, their son, live now. Located in the grounds of Windsor Castle at Adelaide Cottage, nestled in the heart of the Home Park in Windsor, which is currently lived in. They have also been said to be looking at schools in Buckinghamshire, Windsor, and Surrey, having looked around the Lambrook School in Ascot. Earlier this month, it was reported that the Queen had decided to make Windsor Castle her permanent home and residence. But the reason why she's doing that, it's smaller, it's easier for her to get around, and plus, we know that Buckingham Palace is going through this huge multi-year renovation, which will probably take up to 10 years, it's been estimated. And I don't think Charles and Camilla would even move in there, even after he's crowned king because you don't want to live there when they're removing dangerous asbestos and knocking down walls and hearing the banging of construction all day long. I just don't think they'd want to do that. It would create all kinds of safety issues. So now Prince Andrew will chaperone Queen to the Derby. Disgraced Duke plans to take his mother to Epsom after Westminster stunt. So I've heard rumblings that William and Prince Charles were not exactly pleased that Mom wanted to be walked in and escorted by Prince Andrew. That they felt like maybe it wasn't a good look right now. It was too soon after everything had happened. But it's also been reported that I found on lines on the public domain that he'd been seeing his mom sometimes up to 3 times a day. And whether he's still the favorite, everybody used to call him the favorite child. But, as you're getting older and when you're in a weak state, he could be swaying his mom in some ways. So it says that last paragraph, there are real fears that despite being banished from the firm in January, that he's using his closeness to the Queen as a springboard back to public life. Well, we know that there's no way that he's coming back from public life. He's just not. He's not going to be able to redeem himself. And now there's this new disgrace that I just read to you that's coming out where they're going to be checking into his finances. Zito, we have Meghan. What have I done? Why did I leave the royal family? Everybody else is getting the money. Everybody else is taking the bribes. Everybody else is getting the palaces. What am I getting? Nothing. Harry, get on this. You've got to do something. Sorry, I was trying to find a good meme of her throwing dishes. And I couldn't, so I just found this meme and then just added words to it. But now we're back at the beginning. So I just want to thank you all for watching today's update. And tell me if you like it being a little shorter. I know you don't have all the time in the world, so I don't even know what this ended up being. I'll check the length of it in just a moment. But don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can unsubscribe anytime you want. It just helps promote my algorithms and will get my videos out there more and help come it into your recommended area when you go on YouTube. So blessings to all of you. Have a great day, and I will be back very soon. Lots of love.